a huge team who does E2 end-to-end implementation strategy as well as PMO work for different industries across the globe. So today the topic which has been given to me is latest technology trends which increases business growth. Before that, I just want to tell you a story, and the story is from Australia. The story was from Rhodes, Australia. Rhodes, Australia is a peaceful community which was in mess for a certain time in 2016. Every midnight, there were 1,000+ crowds which were disrupting the entire peaceful community. As per one resident, they were saying that after midnight, there was terrific noise, too many people who are drunkard, too many people who are smokers, and they are actually camping on their site for a very long time. The situation was so worse that the local mayor had to pull extra rangers, extra waste management. Even they actually asked for $200 fine for the loitering fees for all those people. Contrary to what do you think about the problem was not because of some political unrest. It was not because of some rift in economic in that particular country. It was because of one particular application called Pokemon Go. Because of Pokemon Go, as that particular center of Australia was one of the intersection of 3 Pokestops, this location-based application was bringing all their transactor to that particular place to get those virtual characters. And that is the power of technology these days. And you guys can think about why you are talking about Pokemon Go here, because Pokemon Go was the first one which actually brought AR into mass commercialization. That was the first time when Snapchat, WhatsApp was actually have less download than Pokemon Go, right? So that was the power, and that is the power of technology to grow your business. Now, before we talk about the technology trends which will drive your business, I really want to set a context about business. As today we are talking to celebrate about our D2C community in India, let's talk about D2C. So if you think about D2C, D2C is basically one new term for consumer commerce. Before that, we had different other avenues to reach out to the consumer and get the money out of their pockets, right? We had super malls, we had international brands, we had different marketplaces, and then we got D2C. In D2C landscape, we can think about there is a growth of 40% year on year which is happening in India. Overall, last year, there was $5.8 trillion sale happened through digital channels. And the surprising and astonishing fact is that the growth percentage is 24%, which is humongous. Because if you just think about any retail store, the increase in percentage of those revenue numbers are in 1 digit or maximum 2 digit, right? But here it is 24% and D2C is seeing a growth of 40%. That means the possibilities of D2C and the sustainability of D2C in Indian context is huge. And these are some of the numbers which has been collated over the years. And you can see that UPI had got 125 trillion INR transaction back in 2022. Now 2029, we are targeting a revenue of 7.5 trillion INR. We are targeting a user group of 501 million to do transact online. And the interesting fact for all of us is that the average revenue per user, RPU, is going to be 14,121, which is huge for this large country, right? That is what the volume of D2C is going to become, or it is slowly becoming. But I don't want to go by the statistics because our technological mindset will be asking for the trends. So let's focus on the key trends which we are seeing in the e-commerce sectors. So we have understood the impact. We understand that selling online is not a challenge, buying online is not a challenge. People are buying jewelry, people are buying luxury cars online. So payment, etc., are becoming very strong these days. But there are still some kind of concerns which are being visualized across India, and this is a statistics out of it. So e-commerce sectors reports for 54% account-related frauds. 35% of consumers opt to spend on festive supplies. 37% of social commerce purchasers are connected about payment information security. Millennial consumers will drive 1/3 of the global social media shopping expenditure. 34% Instagram users purchased orders via platform. Smartphones currently constitute over 60% of e-commerce transactions. 60% of online orders come from tier 2 and tier 3 cities. And these are very key trends which we are seeing. I was talking to different founders in different events and during my different work-related executions. So I have heard stories like one particular founder who is selling cosmetics. They had created 2 different campaigns for applying kajol. One was in English and another one was in Hindi. The English content was actually advertised hugely because it had a very famous star into it, but the Hindi content was done by a normal influencer in Instagram. But contrary to our thoughts, the Hindi content become hugely viral because our consumption patterns are different than other countries. Vulnerability rocks here because if you really have to go and grab the market of Madurai, you really cannot go and speak in English. You have to talk their language. So that's what the second point is very important, that people spend on festivities. So if as a brand, I'm trying to penetrate into South market and I don't know the South festivities, I will not be able to be successful there. So it's very important for me to understand the business ethos of individual location, individual geographies, individual customers who are there, and then do our technological landscape. So business should come first, then you should think about what will be your technical approach to pave to that journey. But to make it little easier for all of you, based on the key trends, I'm just segregating the macro areas of technological trends. So there are 3 technological trends which I have just scattered from these key trends. One, protect your investment. Protect your investment, I'll deep dive into that. Protect your investment means that we invest a lot in technology, and as the technological landscape is getting changed over the years, over the months, so we are actually not in a situation to protect our investment. Sometimes we are overwhelmed to invest in something which is something trendy without understanding the impact of that on your business. And it is happening continuously. It was augmented reality, it was virtual reality, now it is Gen AI. All things are coming up and confusing us, and we don't know what will come next. Next is rise of builders, where basically when you are building something, how to make sure that you take care of all the best practices, all the policies, and all the platform-related considerations when you are building that. And third one is the deliver the value, which I was just talking about, because majority of our customers are coming from tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5 cities. So how to deliver values? It is not about technology, but how to have those kind of content system in your place so that you can just go and publish one marketing page in one day and you can just have that festivity covered. So all of those things come when you are considering technology. So I'll start with protect your investment. As I was saying, that when you are investing so much on different technology, how can you secure your investment? It's very important to secure your investment because it should have like a 5 years roadmap, that whatever I'm investing now should be making my business roadmap sustainable for next 5 years. Otherwise, I really do not want to go to a journey where I have to change my technological landscape each and every year. To do that, there are major 4 elements which I just want to discuss today. First one is that AI trust, risk and security management. This term is coined by Gartner. Gartner call it AI Trism. So AI Trism is all about when you are bringing trust and security to your implementation. Example, many companies are using facial recognition these days, right? Like when you are actually going to an office, are going to a hospital chamber, whether you are wearing mask or something, they are using facial recognition technology. Now this facial recognition technology needs some kind of authentication. Otherwise there can be biased decision. So because if you are giving access to somebody who is not authorized to access your lab, then that's a tremendous problem. So how can you bring security to that authorization mechanism which you are bringing in? Autonomous vehicle, which is also coming, autonomous vehicle which is basically a vehicle which runs without a driver. So how can you bring the security in place so that you are not getting any kind of privacy policy violated? Then you have fraud management, data protection rules, all those things which are also needing some kind of monitoring. When you are growing as a business, then it becomes very difficult because you do not have control about the orders, the sellers, the products they are actually uploading in your platform. So that time it becomes very, very important to have AI TRISM in place. So it will be AI-driven trust and regulatory management, which will automatically give you a decision which will be unbiased, which will help you to take the right corrective action whenever there is some fraud. The industry cloud platform, which is very interesting, and I think most of you know about it. Many people have their own custom built platforms, but the trend is that by 2027, it is being told that 27%, 50% of enterprises will use an industry cloud platform. So which is basically COTS product like say Adobe Magento or Shopify or Commerce Tools, where basically they are actually collaborating with different third party and making those best practices in place, right? Salesforce is another player who is also a sponsor. So here we have to do some kind of consideration when you are doing this investment protection. If you are having a model which is very generic in nature, you can go for SaaS. If you have something like where unique business has to be put into your consideration, then probably you can go for PaaS. And if you have a huge infrastructure to be considered, you have a huge volume of data, huge database, then you have to go to our IS. So all of those considerations has to be made when you are actually thinking about a platform. It is not a single call which you can take. You have to invest your time to understand your business versus the platform's offering, then you should choose it. And again, I'm saying it is for 5 years plan, not a 1 year plan. Sustainable technology is very much relevant these days. As we are talking about ESGs, the technologies are also becoming sustainable, which is very surprising to hear. So how can we make your technology not hit much? How can it be something where you do not have to do a lot of code shuffling and lot of internet usage? So how can it actually protect your environment? So all of those things are also coming into considerations when the platforms are getting built. And this is having 3 structure. One is social angle of it, environmental angle of it, and governance angle of it. It is also being said that by 2029 or 2030, the CEO's salary will be deducted by how much sustainable technology they are using. So it will become kind of a mandate for multiple companies, whether you are using a sustainable platform or not. And Gen AI is something everybody knows. Everybody uses ChatGPT these days, and this is becoming a new Google for all of us. And in Gartner, when I was researching about this topic, in Gartner 2023 till January, the best keyword was Gartner's Magic Quadrant. Everybody searched about Gartner's Magic Quadrant, but after that, it is ChatGPT. So everybody is trying to understand about ChatGPT more from Gartner's also. So this is becoming a very, very key topic to understand, because democratization of Gen AI is going to be a new norm. As of now, you have to pay license, you have to probably go to get the licenses, but if you democratize it, the challenge of many things will be solved. Like users will get enormous information, your cost of development will be less, and then you can have a very, very governance modeled architecture. And these are some of the Gen AI which are very, very much popular. ChatGPT is the text-based Gen AI. Midjourney is image-based Gen AI, like which creates artistic images. And the Deep Brain AI is kind of video Gen AI, so where you have text to video conversion. So they are getting popular. Of course, there are some nuances like deepfake also comes here. So then you have to use AI TRISM. Rise of the builder is something where you are actually building the platform. You have to take about platform engineering, augmented development, intelligent applications, industry cloud platforms, sustainable technology, and Gen AI. And here again, you have to think about that what is the reusable component you are going to use, what is the developer skill set you have, do you have a developer skill set, do you want to have developers in-house, or you want to outsource it. Because if you have a skilled developer, then you can go for PaaS platform like Magento. If you do not have, then probably you should go for Shopify. So all of those things come into place when you are actually thinking about platform engineering. One most important thing which people doesn't do is that product and service team does not interact much during these discussions, so they come later. So that should be also part of your judgment or part of your project lifecycle, that product and service team should be integral part of the project execution. Then intelligent applications, augmented development, which we have talked about Pokemon Go, but it is not only Pokemon Go. Different commercialization of ARs are happening now. You all know about how IKEA is doing getting your furniture on home, but windshields are also getting their, this kind of digital display where you just can see the directions. You do not have to go to the map and get distracted when you're driving. So a lot of safety concerns are coming, and augmented reality is also trying to build ships. So you do not need blue book anymore. So you just go there and you just place your mobile phone and you can understand the measurements correctly. Then intelligent applications like IoTs are also coming into place. The device which you're seeing over here, it's a Brita filter. You can buy it in Amazon, and it has the capability of reordering its cartridge by itself. So what is happening is that everything is becoming so connected that you do not have to do this kind of very trivial work by yourself anymore. So they will actually do that whenever the cartridge is in a poor state. Then you have Alexa at home who is listening to you all the time, and they will order on behalf of you. So all of those connected devices are also taking over our life, and we have to adjust with that. So that's what voice commerce is coming, visual commerce is coming. All of those things are part of the journey which has been set by this kind of technology. And deliver the value is all about, to understand the business first. Please don't just think about AI, just don't think about AR, just think about where your customer touch points are first. Whether you are more in social media, whether you are more in online, more in offline, you are trying to provide omni support, you are more into online third-party platforms like say GPay, PhonePe, or Amazon, or you are into different D2C or niche marketplace like Nykaa, Tata Click, etc. So you have to understand that if you have this kind of systems as part of your portfolio, then these systems should talk to each other, the inventory sync should happen properly, you should not have any kind of return or cancellation because of that. And the last one is that when you are talking about that, you have to think about the larger context. You have to think about what are the system, what are the users, what are the channels, what are the third-party ecosystems which you want to understand, what will be the AI engine, what will be the data layer engine, etc. And then only you can deliver the value. And you have to think about your business. You have to understand what leadership wants from it, what customer wants from it, and then you have to design your KPIs. I just want to end this conversation with this, that this technology landscape is changing over the years and everybody knows about it. But it is very evident that not all startups gets a success, right? So most of them actually fail because they do not understand the ethos of their business. I was just discussing this with one of my colleagues friends over here, that when you are talking about customer experience, we are just thinking about the chat system or search system, but customer experience is more than that. Customer experience is all about whether my customer is actually coming from a rural area or an urban area, whether the customer is the first time customer will be excited about new products. And a returning customer will not be excited. They will get something which they know already. So how to engage them and make sure that your brand ethos are not diluted. In many cases, our sales number gets the precedence and we completely dilute our brand. We just do something like auxiliary products. We have something different products part of our portfolio just to make the sales number, and our brand ethos completely get wasted. So that's the reason of making sure that we always remember there are a lot of reasons to fail, and we should look into all of this when you are deciding on technology. Technology cannot save you until and unless you have a proper business-led model. Thank you so much.
Can we have a huge round of applause?